Okay, so we're in Second Advent. This week I've been thinking about Luke chapter 1, verse 28. That's where the angel appears to Mary and he says to her, "Greetings, you have found favor with God." In other versions, it might say, Portuguese version literally says, "You've been chosen by God." Other versions, "You're a highly favored one," or "You're blessed by God." Um, I'm realizing, though, that God's definition of favor is not my definition of favor. My modern 21st century Western view, favor equates to material favor. It equates to finances, health, my family, how's my family and how are my kids doing, those things. I realize that that's not what God's talking about here when appears to Mary, or when the angel appears to Mary and says, "You found favor with God." He's not talking about those things, because really in the next sentence, "You found favor with God," he just the angel just could have easily said, "Hey, you're going to become pregnant as an unwed teenager in a society where that will be met with shame and also could be punishable by death. You found favor with God. Then you're going to, very, very pregnant, travel across the country on a donkey or on foot, give birth in a barn, and then have to flee for the life of that child and live as a refugee for 7 or 8 years, return back to your home country, eventually be orphaned, and then watch that child be unjustly put to death, tortured and put to death on a cross. You found favor with God." That's not my definition of favor. But obviously, so God is not talking about material favor for Mary. He's talking about spiritual blessing, spiritual favor. And that's my challenge for myself this week, for us this week of Second Advent. Let's sit and think about, how has God favored us? How has God blessed us spiritually? How has God blessed us? What people has he put in our life to help us grow spiritually? Church, things he's done in our lives, where we've seen him working, apart from physical and material things, where we say, wow, we found favor with God. We've been chosen by God. As in, we look back over the story of our life over these last several years, how we've seen him favoring us and being chosen. So that's my challenge for us for Second Advent.